Hi, it's Grønnemark, the throwing coach. In this video I'm going to talk about should we have a timer on throw-ins. My name is Grønnemark and I'm a professional football throwing coach. I've been part of 15 titles in international football and been coaching clubs like Liverpool FC, Ajax, Dortmund and many other clubs all around the world. I also have an online course called Grønnemark's Throw-in Mastery and you can find the link down in the description. But again, this video is about should we have a timer on throw-ins. And the reason why I'm making this video is because there's been an increased amount of long throw-ins in the Premier League. And a lot of people they're talking about, oh, it's taking too much time and we should put a stop clock or a timer on throw-ins. And I think it's a really good discussion to have, but I also think there is a tendency to look at very small things and then try to make new rules because of that. So before I go into if there should be a timer on throw-ins, I like to talk about my model for the beautiful game. So in the middle of that model, we have the beautiful game. And what is the beautiful game? Of course, we have really different approaches to what is the beautiful game. Then in the left side of this model we have boredom, and when we are in this part of the model we are really bored, and this will often be in low pressure situations. For example, if we are playing back and forth in the back four, or if we are waiting for a set piece, too long at least. So we don't want to be too much in that boredom zone here. On the other side of the beautiful game, on the right, we have chaos. And even though we like duels once in a while, even though we like high pressure situations, we don't want too many of them, because if it's too chaotic, then it's also not a beautiful game. So again, I think when we have to discuss, should we have a timer on throw-ins or not, I think we have to look at this model too. So first of all, I'll say that at the moment with this amount of long throw-ins, I still think it's acceptable. For example, in the Premier League with the waiting time. Of course, if the tendency still goes up and we see even more long throw-ins, then I think it's good to discuss, should we have a timer or a stop clock on throw-ins? And my suggestion would be a 30-second stop clock, because first of all, we have a lot of time still to make a long throw-in. We just have to run a little bit faster. And the second thing is also that we can still keep the long throw-in as a weapon. I think that's good for many teams to have that. I've heard some people say, no, we should have a 10-second stop clock or timer on throw-ins, and I think that would be really, really bad. Why? It's because if you only have 10 seconds for your set piece or for your throw-in, then we'll have many more chaotic throw-ins when you throw fast into a high pressure zone. Yes, sometimes fast throw-ins are really important, and I teach them in most of my clubs too. But one of the worst things you can do is also to throw too many throw-ins into high pressure. So we'll have too much chaos, too many wild duels. That's not beautiful. So one thing is that we want to avoid them. And another thing with a 10-second timer on throw-ins is also that the players, they will be much more tired, because if they have to react fast on all throw-ins, they have less time to recover. And that also means that we'll have less pressure in the game. And then on the other side, we'll go even more out in the bottom zone, and we'll see more passes between the back four and so, because the players don't have time or the breath, the energy to pressure more. So all in all, I'll say either we shouldn't have a timer on throw-ins, or if we do, 30 seconds, that'll be perfect. An important thing here around a 30-second stop clock is that if we would have that in the future, we need to have balls down the line in both sides, and not only 2 or 3 or 4 balls. We'll have maybe 8 or 10 balls, because if we have a stop clock or time on throw-ins, we shouldn't depend on ball boys or ball girls, because then they'll decide way too much in this game. So again, thanks for watching this video. Let's see in the future if we have no, or I hope a 30-second stopwatch. That was it from me. Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you are a professional club, invite me so you can improve your throw-ins, or take a look at my online course here down below at the link. Have a fantastic day. Bye bye.